Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Katie and normally I'm sitting in front of my bookcase to start videos, but for this one I just want to be comfy. I want to be in the chair. And so tomorrow is my birthday. It's pretty late right now, so that's why we're just sitting in the chair. I feel like the lighting's a little bit darker. But I have been wanting to start A Court of Thorns and Roses for a while. It's obviously a very, very popular series. And I've never read anything by Sarah J. Maas, but anything that she has written a review on, like her reviews on the book, those are books that I've absolutely loved. So I feel like that if I love, books that she enjoyed and recommends, then I feel like I'm going to love her writing as well. And I thought, what better time than my birthday to start this series? I thought it would be a good time to stop reading and update you on how far I'm in and what I'm thinking so far. I am currently on page 255, so I'm on chapter 29. I read a little bit the night that I first started filming whenever I was updating you, and then yesterday on my birthday I read quite a bit. I read almost, let's see, what did I say I was on? So I read about 200 pages yesterday. I stayed up pretty late reading this because I did not want to put it down. I feel like it's been a minute since that I've had a book that I haven't wanted to put down. The last couple books that I read weren't really like that for me, so I'm super happy to be back in a book where all I want to do is read this. I don't want to do anything else. It's giving me very much like Beauty and the Beast kind of vibes. Um like just where she ends up getting taken to kind of like the like fairy realm, and she's living with one of the fairies, and like she doesn't really want to be there, but he's not like mean to her or anything. Like it's just giving me very much like Beauty and the Beast type of things with that. But we are following Feyre, and she is 19, and from the start we see that she is pretty strong. We see her out hunting in the winter to get food for her family. She takes care of her dad and her two older sisters. And so she's kind of really the only one in the family that really does stuff. Like, she's the one who's out hunting. She's the one who's selling stuff at the market. She's like, doing her best to provide for her whole family. And so we see her out hunting, and she sees a deer, and then she sees a wolf, and she decides that, the wolf's not too big. It's probably not, a fairy. So she decides that she's going to kill the wolf and then also kill the deer. So she ends up skinning the wolf, taking its, coat, and taking the deer back home so that they'll have food to eat, and she'll have the hides to sell at the market. But so someone comes looking, it's like, who killed the wolf? She says that she does. So basically, her only choices are either to be killed because it's a life for a life, or to go back with him and to live in his like court. And so, she goes and she doesn't want to be there. She's trying to think about, like, how can she escape? She also likes to paint, which I really enjoy with this. I feel like it's nice to see, like, our main character, like, even though she is like very strong, and I'm sure we're going to see her do a lot throughout this series, but like, she loves to paint, so we're also kind of seeing that side of her, which I think was really cool. So I'm loving it so far. Just got to like a little bit of like a twist in the story, and I feel like the things are really going to start to pick up now. And with the part I'm at, it also gives me very much like Beauty and the Beast kind of vibes with what just happened in the story. So really, really enjoying it so far, and I will update you as I am reading more. I officially finished A Court of Thorns and Roses. This one, I felt like that maybe it was going to be like a sadder ending, but it really wasn't. I really, really love this book. I flew through it because I did not want to put it down at all. So it did not take me very long at all. I read it like one evening, and then I read it yesterday, and then we're not even halfway through today, and I've already finished it. So really, technically, like 2 days to read this book, which is usually how long it takes me if I'm really loving a book. So Feyre ends up going through like some trials towards the end of it. Things just really, really pick up, and there's a lot happening. and you're just not really sure exactly kind of like what way it's going to go, how things are going to end. And I really, really loved this book. And so now it is time to read A Court of Mist and Fury. So I do feel like that the synopsis on the back of this one kind of like spoils some things that happen in this book. So I am going to try to be a little bit more vague, like, going through and reading this, because like even the synopsis on the back, like it mentions some things that happen in here that like I, didn't know about before reading the book. So I'm excited to get into this though. I know that we're going to be following Feyre again and seeing how things are now after what happened at the end of the last book. So I'm excited. I feel like that even though this is a bigger one, it's over 600 pages, I still don't feel like this should take me very long at all. I just finished part 1, so I felt like it was a good time to stop and talk to you about the book. So part 2 is The House of Wind. So I had some time today to kind of really get into this book, and I'm just absolutely loving it. I do not want to put this book down. I am loving the male main character in this book. He is over the Court of Night, or no, right? No, he's over the Court of Night, and so I am just loving him in this book, and we're definitely seeing kind of like a different side of Feyre with all of these different powers and things that are happening like around her and stuff. And I feel like that we are going to see her be just very powerful in this book, and we're just kind of seeing the dynamic with her and Tamlin change, and things with the Spring Court. And so I feel like that a lot is gonna start happening with what just happened in this book. So I feel like that we're really gonna start getting some things. I feel like that the pace is gonna be picking up from here. So I'm excited to see where this book goes. And if it was up to me, I would sit and I would finish this book today. But I do have quite a bit I need to get done today, so we'll see how much that I read, and I will update you as I go. Okay, I finished A Court of Mist and Fury, and I absolutely love this book. I honestly enjoyed this more than I enjoyed A Court of Thorns and Roses, which I really liked this book, so I didn't think that was going to happen. But this one, we are just seeing a lot more of the Night Court. We are seeing like a different romance in the first book, and I just loved the characters in this. The male main character is my absolute favorite. I knew he would be from like the start of this book. He is probably my favorite character out of all of this, but also really liked that we're seeing so much more of Feyre and her just more of like finding herself. Like from the second that I started A Court of Thorns and Roses, I knew she was going to be a very strong character, but just seeing her in the second book and just like her really like becoming like herself, and like just all these new things about her and just some of the stuff she does, I loved it. I loved it so much. So this one definitely my favorite book of the series so far, but then I do have 3 more books, so we'll see what I think about the rest of them. So I am going to end this video here with just having read the first 2 books, mostly because I don't want to end up spoiling things. I feel like if I keep going with the series in this video, then I'm going to end up saying things that if you haven't read these books yet, then it's going to end up spoiling something for you, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to stop this one here, and then I think what I'm going to do is read the other 3 in a different video, but be where if you know kind of like what happened with the first 2 books, then watch that one type of thing, and I'll make that clear at the beginning. But I just don't want to be going too far into the series and be trying to explain stuff, but also without like spoiling things if you haven't read the first book, and I feel like that's a little bit hard. So highly recommend these books. Like they definitely live up to the hype, which I get very nervous whenever I'm going into very hyped up books, because I don't know, is it going to live up to that? Am I going to go into it with too high of expectations, or am I just going to hate it? So super happy that I read these, and I definitely want to be reading more from Sarah J Maas. I have the majority of the Throne of Thorns? Is that what it's called? Throne of Glass. I have the majority of the Throne of Glass books. I think I'm only missing like 2 books from that series. So I feel like after I finish this series, I'll definitely be reading that one. And I know that that series has less spice in it, so I feel like I'll probably enjoy it even more than these. So thank you for sticking around and coming along with me as I read these books for the first time. I hope that you'll subscribe so you don't miss any other book videos from me.